Monitoring this for you. Meantime, shocking new results from a Gallup poll revealing nearly 1 in 10 U.S. adults have been diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. These findings mark a new high in this study that dates back almost 2 decades. Joining me now is Dr. Randall Lee from the Fox Chase Cancer Center. And Dr. Lee, it's weird to hear about a cancer study where the numbers are through the roof and say there are some positives here. But this study has both positive and negative. So walk us through what you like about this study, the good and the bad.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks so much for having me. And I think that this is a really interesting report that brings up a lot of good conversation here. And let's look at the report. This was a survey of about 41,000 people over a 2-year period. And they essentially surveyed people asking them, has a doctor or a nurse at some point in your life told you that you have a cancer diagnosis? And they saw that this is about a 2% increase from 7%, which they saw in the 2000s when they did the survey. And let's clarify here that this is a survey of the prevalence of cancer in the U.S. And the prevalence is essentially how many people have cancer or have a diagnosis at that specific period of time. And this is very different from the incidence of cancer, which is the measurement of the number of new cases, right? So here we have an increase in the prevalence of cancer, which is the number of people with cancer. But if you look at the data over time, the CDC, the NIH, all this data has actually demonstrated a subtle decrease over the years in the new diagnoses or the incidence of cancer. So the good in how I look at this is that, you know, we have made such advancements in medicine and how we treat and how we screen and how we care for patients and how we treat cancer altogether, that patients are actually living longer after their diagnoses and actually potentially even curing a lot of these patients.
And obviously that is, I think, the takeaway. We have such amazing screening, better than it was 10, 20 years ago. And to your point, people are just living longer. So if you're living longer, you're going to be included more in these studies. And you technically have to say, yes, I did have cancer. But the thing that concerns me, my takeaway from this, is the incidence of cancer in young people. Would you sort of label that, hey, that's just because, again, we have better screening? Or is there something specific with carcinogens that are impacting young people in a way that they weren't, let's say, a decade or two ago?
Yeah, I think, Todd, you bring up a great point. I mean, there has been an increase in specific types of cancers in a population really less than 50 years old, and we've seen that trend over the few years. You know, with high-profile people in the media kind of coming out with their cancer diagnosis, this is alarming a lot of people, and we've seen that specifically in patients less than 50 years old. We've seen increases in things like breast cancer and specifically colorectal cancer as well. You know, in the 90s, you know, colorectal cancer was probably the number 4 in cancer diagnosis in patients less than 50 years old. Now it's really gone up to the top 2, top 3 now. And you know, because of that, you know, we could attribute things like obesity, processed food, sedentary lifestyle, and these are the types of things that, you know, especially around the holidays, we're all probably a little bit guilty of.
Right.
But, you know, these things kind of promote inflammation. And we know that things like inflammation, chronic inflammation, kind of puts the body at stress and kind of can make things go awry. But, you know, we've kind of seen this trend over time. And, you know, the U.S. Preventative Task Force has really made some really great recommendations and changes to that. Cool. You know, in about 2021, they've actually dropped the screening recommendation age for things like colorectal cancer from 50 to 45. And, you know, with the increasing in availability of things like mammography for breast cancer, we've really have been able to detect these cancers at a much younger age that could have been very problematic had they been missed a few years later.
Absolutely a game changer. Before we let you go, you mentioned sedentary lifestyle. Following that hearty Thanksgiving meal that we're all about to have tomorrow, medical professionals are recommending quick stroll, with research finding even 10 to 15 minutes. I don't know why that was funny to Carly. Of 10 to 15 minutes of walking right after dinner could get your digestive system moving, help prevent blood sugar spikes, and ease bloating. Is the fact that I was about to say bloating that's so exciting? Seems like a good idea. I mean, we should do this, right? But why? What else is there? About 30 seconds. What is it about the walk that makes you healthy?
I think it brings up a good point. Activity in itself just promotes an active digestive system. It decreases all that food that we just kind of ingested, or we will be ingesting on Thursday. It promotes the GI tract to kind of move forward and help the digestion and prevent any development of obesity and the development of that inflammatory process if we sit around a little too much.
Yeah, I got to follow this because I get that feeling that you just feel horrible after you're so stuffed that you can't move. It's not a good thing. You can enjoy your food, take your walk, and then I think your overall Thanksgiving will be great. Dr. Randall Lee, you have a happy one with you and yours, and thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.